Welcome to the East Coast College Great Yarmouth campus. Here we have our main reception area with stair and slope access to the left, which takes you into our first corridor. On the left in the glass office we have our admissions and student support and well-being team who can help with any queries you may have during your time at college. On the right we have our large conference room, which is used for meetings and large events. As you move along the corridor you will enter Learning Street, where we have classrooms either side of the walkway, study rooms and computer areas for students to use. One of the classrooms on the left is used for English lessons. Inside there are student desks, computers around the edge of the classroom and notice boards filled with posters and students' work. Across the corridor is one of our IT classrooms. Inside we have a full computer suite and breakout tables in the center for students to work on. As you go back into the corridor and further down Learning Street you pass more classrooms and a range of artwork created by students. On the left is one of the college's maths classrooms. Inside you will again find rows of desks and notice boards filled with posters and student work. At the end of Learning Street, you move into A block where further English and maths classrooms are located. The long corridor is filled with artwork from local places of interest, staff and student case studies and work created by students. At the end of a block is a student study area with computers to use and sofas to relax on. The college shop is also located here where you can buy stationery supplies. Further along is the college atrium where the library is also located. Here you can borrow books from the college's vast collection and speak to the student services team who are based there. As you move further into the library you will find rows and rows of bookshelves, plants to create a relaxed environment and more computers for student use. We have now arrived in Visions, our on-site hair and beauty salon where students get the chance to use their skills on members of the public. The salon has its own reception where clients can book their appointments as well as a waiting area. On the right is the main hairdressing salon. Inside there are rows of mirrors and chairs, hair washing and drying stations, as well as areas for hair cutting and coloring. Further down the corridor are the beauty rooms. The beauty therapy salon on the right is fully equipped with beds to complete treatments with big mirrors and lighting. Next up on the right is the college's eating house, where students can purchase hot and cold food and drink throughout their breaks and lunch hour. Inside there are lots of tables and chairs for students to relax and eat, with plenty of food-based imagery on the walls. Across the corridor are the Richard Hughes training kitchens. These are used for our catering courses and are split into individual kitchen areas, fitted with all the kitchen equipment you will need for preparing, cooking and serving dishes. Further down the corridor you will find our sport and well-being center. This area includes a gym kitted out for our sport courses and for student use with rowing machines, weights, exercise bikes, and more. Out in the main entrance area we have our coffee shop, which is open daily and a great place to grab snacks and drinks. Further down the hallway is our main sports hall, used for our sport and uniformed public services courts. The large sports hall is marked out with a range of courts for different games, with basketball hoops and football goals at each end. Outside of the main college building we have our studios. Studio 1 is used for our digital media courses. Inside we have extensive computer areas split into bays including Apple iMacs, black and white and colored dark rooms, a film processing room and TV and photographic studio. Our next outside building houses Studio 2, used for our art, design, photography, fashion and textiles courses, as well as our music and performing arts courses. Inside the art studio we have drawing areas, an IT suite, space for painting and printing and much more. Down the hall we have our performance theatre and dance studio. The theatre is used by our performing arts students as a practice space and for their end-of-year showcases. It has a professional lighting and sound system, a stage floor and fold-away tiered seating. The dance studio is at the end of the hallway and is again used by our performing arts students. One wall of the studio is covered with mirrors, and at the back there is a bar and sound equipment. Our next building is home to our animal care courses. It includes space for dog grooming and animal care used in the practical lessons. The animal science classroom down the hall is used for theory lessons with blocks of tables and lots of student artwork on the walls. In the same building we have our childcare classroom. This bright and airy room is filled with creativity and color, with all the tools you need for early years learning.